Hello amigos! I would like to clarify why I didn't upload the past month. It is because I stood out of a cinema waiting for the Mario movie, and when I wanted to buy the tickets, they were already sold out. Turns out there's this thing called pre-sale and I just wasted a month of my life for nothing. Warning! Past this point, I'm going to be talking about things of the movie, facts I did like, some things that appear in the movie that haven't been fully revealed, things like that. So if you haven't watched it and don't want to get spoiled, watch this video after watching the movie, so you can look at the video and say, oh yeah, I do remember that scene, that was pretty clever. Alright, don't say I didn't warn you. This movie was great. Like, I can't express it in another way. The whole animation, the references, the characters that are so well represented, and overall, the whole world they made for this movie was given so much Nintendo vibes. You knew they didn't want to screw up with this movie, and it shows a lot. Comparing this movie with the Sonic movie becomes a new whole different level, because the whole bullshit of having the mascot with a human seems so cliche nowadays, and Mario ain't no cliche. They wanted to be a Mario movie, and oh boy they did. I was so excited in the cinemas while I waited for the movie to start, and I can tell you that I was amazed the whole entire film. I couldn't stop having a smile on my face seeing Mario on the big screen. My child self would have been so excited to watch this movie. It truly felt like a dream come true. Let me geek out some things about this movie with you. I don't see a better story for the Mario movie. I know some movie nerds are gonna come out and say, "Oh, but the Mario movie doesn't have a plot line. It's a basic story." And to that I say, you're right. The Mario movie doesn't necessarily have the best story, but then again, it's a video game movie, and not just any video game movie. It's the Super Mario Bros. Movie. What did you want? For Mario to die? Look, even Mario games don't necessarily have that much originality when it comes to the story. Only a few of them stand out, but the same problems happen over and over again. Peach gets captured by Bowser, Mario has to save her, world by world, boom, you end the game. You think that even after 30 years of doing the same story, they would do the same for the movie? The story for the Mario movie doesn't take the same old story from the video games. Instead, they take on how did Mario meet the princess, and how does Mario beat Bowser since he's just a plumber promoting his service through a website. Also, sidebar, I love the promotion they did for the movie. The Mario band appearing on many places on the world, and when you dial the Mario Brothers, Luigi actually answers it. It was such an amazing attention to detail. Now let's go back to the story. For my point, I think the Mario movie centers on three simple things: how Mario becomes Mario, Mario wanted to rescue Luigi, and Mario flirting with Peach. I mean, Mario knowing his new world. The beginning of the movie felt like a gift. Seeing Mario in a normal world, not your daily King Boo Casino or Lava Everywhere Castle, watching all the references on the wall such as the Duck Hunt photo, as well as some of the fighters from Punch-Out, an arcade machine with Jumpman on it, and also seeing Spike from the Wrecking Crew video game. Watching Mario and Luigi run to their first job in a 1-1 city theme level, and even at the end the flagpole and the castle being represented with a restaurant. Just everything about the beginning of the movie makes me so joyful, and I got to say that the wait was worth it for the movie. And while there are some things that I truly wanted to see more in the movie, such as a plotline for the parents of Mario or the relatives of Mario to help him in a way or look for him, because not gonna lie, I've been thinking about it. Mario and Luigi were gone for a few days, and they didn't really seem to care when they came back at the end of the movie when Bowser traveled to the real world and the final battle began. They were like, oh yeah, we had kids. The real fun of this movie was in the Mushroom Kingdom, and I seriously appreciated that nor Mario or Luigi asked anything about the enemies or something like that, because it would have been so boring to see any explications of these remarkable characters. It would have felt weird explaining what a Goomba is, because everyone knows what a Goomba is at this point. A Goomba. I really love that detail, since we all know the Mario universe being so colorful, they didn't feel the necessity of explaining everything, or how does the pipes work, or how are there flying blocks. since it's Mario. Everyone has played Mario at some point, and that's the same reason that you don't question many of the things that appear on screen. This movie is filled to the brim with joyful animation, the vibrant colors and the vibrant expression of the characters, such as Princess Peach looking really friendly and more down to earth compared to her video game version. And I also love that they took the reason for Bowser to attack the Mushroom Kingdom for the love of Princess Peach. They didn't just want war for no reason. Bowser truly was in love with the Princess Peach and wants to take her hand, and if she says no, then we strike the Mushroom Kingdom. Also, I really love the personality of the Toads. As I said in my first Mario movie video, the first Toad that they put on the screen was represented in such a gullible way, being full with a mushroom and talking to Mario with no problem at all. But that doesn't end there. When Mario goes to the Mushroom Castle and tries to talk with the Princess Peach, the Toads that guard the door tell Mario that her princess is in another castle. Great reference, by the way. But that's not all. The Toad that helps Mario throughout the adventure persuades the guarding Toads by preparing them food. Food! Imagine hijacking the royal family by fooling the guards with food. Also, Mario just walking past some other Toads with a total ease, and it's so funny to see the Toads realizing, oh yeah, why did that guy just pass us? Okay, let's move on to one of my favorite, if not my favorite part about this movie. The music. Hearing the jingle of some Mario games in the cinema felt so surreal to me, and there was no random jingles. Everything felt perfect and so into place. Just as when Peach goes down when finishing the training level, the clear level tone sounds as she's going down. Or the amazing reference to Mario Kart 8 that after 2 seconds in the scene, I truly gasped and said, oh my god, is this song from Mario Kart? It felt weird to hear a recent video game or a relevant video game such as Mario Kart 8 to be on the soundtrack, since you mostly think that there's going to be, you know, all the retro tracks, but I don't know, it was really nice to hear the Mario Kart 8 thing. But the most surprising of them all, the DK rap. DK, Donkey Kong, DK. As Donkey Kong comes into the scene for the very first time, the DK rap from Donkey Kong 64 makes an appearance, and I seriously was so excited and so surprised of hearing this song in a Mario movie. Never in my speculations of this movie would have guessed that the DK rap would have made it. Never. Then on TikTok I saw that Seth Rogen spoiled this beat a week before the movie was released. So thank you, Seth Rogen. Also, I know that I just talked about this, but I want to make it clear. Every song they put in the movie has some meaning. Mario and Luigi wandering underground? The underground theme. Mario, Peach and the many Toads making their karts? The Mario Kart 8 theme. Mario going to rescue Luigi on Rainbow Road? The SNES Rainbow Road theme. Everything about the soundtrack feels so in place and becomes the best soundtrack for video game movies. Not that there's a bunch of video game movies, but it's going to be hard beating Mario, that's for sure. Also, not only themes from other video games, but the song that took the cake for me was Bowser singing about Peach. I was so happy to not just see Bowser in his angry mode, because in video games like Mario Odyssey or even Mario Sunshine, we have seen other faces of Bowser, such as the sad Bowser or parent Bowser, but seeing Bowser singing for Princess Peach felt so nice. From start to finish, I couldn't stop being happy, even though the story could be even more short if it weren't for some beats here and there, and I feel like some parts go so fast like they are nothing, such as the Mario training scene. Like, it took him like a day or two to fully beat the level, and that whole scene lasted like 2 minutes, and I don't know, it could have been a little bit longer in my opinion. But those details are totally forgotten when you see other great parts about this movie. The Luma Leaf from Super Mario Galaxy, that their only purpose is to become a star, and to become a star they have to sacrifice themselves, so that's why he is so depressing and say dead related things. Also the blue shell reference for Mario Kart 8, seeing how he's being left behind and goes all the way to the front to blast Mario and Donkey Kong. The giant eel from Mario 64 that eats Mario and Donkey Kong, they truly didn't miss anything from the video games. It was a gift to the fans. Coming back to the end of this movie with my personal opinion after seeing it and actually thinking of the film. The movie was amazingly good with the visuals, the animation, the references, the music that they use, the expressions, the dialogues between characters. The overall feeling of this video game movie sets the bar way too high for upcoming video game films. Story-wise, yeah, it's not the best. Story-wise, may not seem like a groundbreaking plot, but I seriously wasn't expecting that, not at all. Because I've been a Mario fan for many years, and seeing the same old story of Peach getting kidnapped is fun, but the turn that they took on the movie of Luigi being the captured one, I don't know, felt good for some change, and it works since it's the first time Mario travels to that world. Imagine if he travels there and immediately wants to save the Princess Peach after meeting her. So story-wise, isn't the best, but you aren't supposed to expect that. Come on, it's a kids movie, and a video game movie for that matter. It did way better than Sonic in my opinion, since it's actually around the Mario universe, but I do also kinda understand the point of the movie reviewers giving this movie a 5 out of 10, even a 4 out of 10, because if it weren't Mario, this plotline seems way too boring and dull, but because it's Mario and because we have references and because we have Jack Black saying "Open the gates," gives a whole new perspective of the movie because it's Mario. In my most sincere opinion, I love this movie, and when the DVD comes out, I will buy it. And when it comes to streaming service, I will watch it over and over again because it is a fun movie about one of my favorite video games. It may not have the best story or the best pacing, but it's a well executed Mario movie, for crying out loud. There is one major thing that I truly appreciate when it comes to the Mario movie: Nintendo having a big eye on Illumination, since Illumination has a record of making annoying things in their movies, such as the... And I swear that if this movie had that one scene for kids movies, you know the one that I'm talking about, just like the Macarena scene from Hotel Transylvania 3, those are necessary scenes from kids movie that want to make a thing, or want to say, yes, this movie is relevant because it has the flaws. I was gonna cry if Mario out of nowhere after discovering Bowser, he would have said something like, "Oh, in my world we do dance battles," and then out of nowhere a disco ball falls from the ceiling and then, "Every day I'm shuffling." Just to be relevant, I would have been so mad. But it wasn't the case. This movie was awesome. I was happy. Really happy that this feels like a Mario movie and a Mario movie. And I even think that this movie doesn't even feel like it was made by Illumination. Really, it was that good compared to other projects of them. So are there any complaints for this movie? Yes, but just a few. The pacing on this movie, as I said, some of the scenes go so fast, and just like that, we are onto another full scenery with more characters, but the colors in every single one feel so alive, so that kinda compensates it. The many scenes are told on the trailers and the TV spots. If they wanted to have something in secret, they should have not released that many trailers for the movie, because if you don't watch the trailers, you are later to experience the whole movie, that's not a secret. But if you see the trailers like me, you've literally seen half of the movie, even a little bit more. Some loose stories such as the real world, as I've said, the parents, or also other enemies of Mario such as Kamek, or maybe more stories from, I don't know, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, and not just a simple cameo from the DK crew. It would have been fun, but I also see this as overdoing it. I don't know. I don't think that there is a way to implement this, but just another simple side story, like the parents of Mario and Luigi looking for their sons. And lastly, Yoshi not being included at all on the film. I know he looks at Mario and everything, but that's the whole Yoshi bit. Couldn't they bring Yoshi on a side adventure or something like that? I truly was hoping that Yoshi would make an appearance other than his trailer cameo, and it was sad not to see him more, but oh well, this movie was fun. I couldn't ask for anything better for the first animated Mario movie. It brought everything and even surprised me with some beats here and there. And it was a really good video game movie, but not the best story, I can assure you that. But hold your horses because of the post-credit scene. This movie is amazing, 10 out of 10.